Welcome to Cruise News Central with Joseph.
Cruise ship passenger who was reportedly drunk and unruly on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship has died.
Hey guys, right after you finish watching this video, make sure you go back to the one I put out right before it if you haven't seen it yet. It's like the beginning of this story. This story has been breaking all night, so there's different parts to it, and it's a crazy story, so you're going to want to see it all. I'll have it linked in the description of this video. The out-of-control, unruly man caught on video terrorizing passengers and crew has died aboard the Navigator of the Seas. Ladies and gentlemen, it has only been about an hour since I released a video about a cruise ship passenger that lost control and in a rage was chasing people down the hallway, threatening to kill them, yelling racist obscenities. It took like 5 security guards, but the man was eventually detained. The news continues to break tonight as it's now being reported that that man has died aboard the ship. Let's watch the story.
Cruise ship passenger who was reportedly drunk and unruly on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship has died. Fox 11's Haley Winslow, who broke this story originally, is live for us again tonight, new at 6. Haley.
All right, guys, I just want to say that just blaming all this on alcohol is really not very good reporting. Even if he was drunk, it seems that there's probably some mental health issues going on here. Rage like that is usually more complicated than just having too much to drink.
Alex, I spoke to a family member of the man who died on the cruise ship. He was aboard with his little son and his wife, some other family members. They say his enraged behavior was completely uncharacteristic of him, that he's a very nice person, and they're trying to get to the bottom of exactly what happened, but they're absolutely devastated, as is the man we introduced you to yesterday, who videotaped the incident.
I just want to give my condolences to the family, and I'm really sorry. Nobody deserves to die, especially like that.
Shocked and saddened, Christopher McHale says he's heartbroken. No! To learn an unruly cruise ship passenger has died. The coroner's office confirms 35-year-old Michael Virgil died aboard Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas.
May he rest in peace. He just needed some help.
It was supposed to be a fun cruise to Mexico, water slides, hot tubs, even an escape room on board. But an hour after departing the port out of San Pedro, McHale says Virgil got off the elevator on the wrong floor and started making threats, screaming profanity and racial slurs.
The gentleman that was drunk said that he was going to kill us, and then he started chasing us down the hallway. The crew member that I was running with was able to lock himself in one of the towel rooms.
McHale says Virgil injured 2 crew members and then captured video of him trying to get to that crew member by kicking the door to the towel room with his steel-toed boots.
And he was asking for God to forgive him. So, I mean, I forgive him.
This is kind of heartening. It sounds like he knew he was doing something wrong, but for some reason he just couldn't stop himself from doing it. As horrible as this man's actions were, I definitely choose to believe that God did forgive him.
You know, I'm not God, but I forgive him. It's alcohol.
No, just relax. I swear to God.
Shirtless and exhausted, Virgil is surrounded by security. McHale says they used bear or pepper spray, towels, zip ties, and eventually handcuffs to detain Virgil. But one of his family members says security injected Virgil with some sort of sedative, and within an hour, he died.
Hey, this is where the story really gets interesting. How much sedative did they give him, and what kind? Did they give him more because he was a bigger guy? All of this is speculation, of course, but I'm sure it'll all come out in the investigation.
The family member says Virgil's enraged behavior is completely uncharacteristic of him, and that he was a good man who leaves behind a wife and 7-year-old son also aboard the cruise.
I'm very sorry for what you guys are going through, and if you guys need anything, please reach out. God bless you guys.
The Royal Caribbean Group sent us this statement. We are saddened by the passing of one of our guests. We offered support to the family and are working with authorities on their investigation. And I did talk to the FBI many times today. They are looking at this with a fine-tooth comb. Of course, this happened on international waters, so they are looking at the videos that McHale took, meeting with him for the 3rd time tomorrow, as well as the videos that were in that hallway, the surveillance cameras, and the crew members who also wear body cams. We'll bring you any updates we get on this story. But for now, reporting live, I'm Haley Winslow. Fox 11 News.
That's an interesting piece of information I did not know. I didn't know that Royal Caribbean security crew wore body cams. That's actually great. I'm guessing that's really going to be helpful in the investigation. Being this took place in international water, the investigation will be a little more complicated for the FBI than if it was on American territory. You might think the FBI can just kind of go anywhere to solve a crime, but in international waters, it's a bit more complicated. Their authority is actually limited. They can only investigate if the crime involves a U.S. citizen, a U.S. registered ship, or there are certain federal laws that apply to the high seas. And they don't act alone. The FBI depends on international cooperation working with local law enforcement. Before the FBI can even board a foreign ship, they need permission. The ship's captain or proper authorities have to approve it first. Then there's the question of jurisdiction. Crimes in international waters often involve multiple nationalities and laws, which can really make it tricky to figure out who's in charge of the case. To sort it all out, the FBI follows both U.S. law and international agreements, like the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or something called UNCLOS. And so what crimes do they handle? Things like piracy, violent crimes against U.S. citizens, drug trafficking, and other serious offenses at sea. Despite all the complications with this taking place in international waters, I have high hopes that the FBI is going to get to the bottom of exactly what happened, and hopefully we'll find out more at a later date. In the meantime, I have nothing but prayers and condolences for the family of this gentleman that passed away. What a tragic story. It's been a crazy night, a long night for me. I look forward to getting some sleep, so that's going to be it for this video. If you liked this video, check out one of the other ones that's on the screen right now. In fact, I'm going to put the last episode of Cruise News up there that I just did about an hour ago. That's the beginning of this story. Click on that one so you get the whole story. But that is it for this breaking news episode of Cruise News Central. Always remember, no matter what destination you choose, no matter what cruise line you choose, adventure awaits.